Most people think retirement is something you do when you are 65 years old. Work 40 years, save a little, collect social security, and hope you do not run out of money before you run out of life. That is the civilian dream. But here is the truth veterans do not realize. If you understand how to use your VA benefits, you do not have to wait until you are old. You do not have to grind for 40 years. You can build the foundation for retirement in your 30s. And I do not mean some fantasy or scam. I mean using the very benefits you already earn. Benefits most veterans ignore to create cash flow, eliminate expenses, and stack wealth in ways civilians could never imagine. That is what I want to show you today, because the biggest secret the VA does not explain is that your benefits are not just survival money. They are retirement money. And if you play them right, you can retire decades earlier than your peers. On this channel, I show you how 3 years can buy you a lifetime bag. So subscribe. So let's start with the anchor, VA disability compensation. At 100%, you are looking at around $4,500 a month tax-free for life. That is the foundation of an earlier retirement. Why? Because it is guaranteed. It does not stop if you lose a job. It does not shrink if the economy tanks. It does not get taxed. It is a stable income you can count on forever. Civilians have to save millions of dollars in a retirement account just to generate the same monthly income. You already have it if you file and fight for what you are owed. That alone sets you decades ahead. But the real retirement strategy is not just cashing the disability check. It is stacking every other benefit on top of it. That is how you move from stability to freedom. Let's break it down step by step. The first pillar of retiring early is eliminating housing costs. Rent or mortgage is the biggest bill in most people's lives. Civilians pay it until the day they die. Veterans do not have to. The VA loan lets you buy with zero down, no PMI, and if you are disabled, no funding fee. Use it to buy a duplex, triplex, or fourplex. Live in one unit, rent out the others, and let your tenants cover the mortgage. That is house hacking. Now that you have eliminated your biggest expense, you are living for free or even collecting cash flow every month. Add your disability pay on top of it, and you are already in retirement mode. Your bills are covered without working a 9 to 5. The second pillar is education. Civilians go into debt to study. Veterans get paid. The GI bills cover tuition and books, plus pay you a housing allowance every month while you are in school. In many cities, that is $2,500 or more. Stack that on top of disability and you are at $7,000 a month tax-free while studying. Use that time to get a degree or certification in a high-paying field like IT, healthcare, or finance. That's what I did. When you graduate, you are not just educated, you are wealthier because you were paid to learn. That is retirement acceleration. You are building future earning power while collecting income in the present. The third pillar is dependent benefits. If you are 100% permanent and total, your spouse and kids can receive Chapter 35 education benefits, which pay about $1,400 a month while in school, plus healthcare through CHAMPVA. That means your household income grows without you lifting a finger. Imagine your spouse studying while collecting $1,400 a month, your kids going to college without debt, your family covered for healthcare without massive bills. That is thousands of dollars a month in value added to your retirement foundation. Most veterans never claim it. They let the family struggle while the benefits sit unused. Do not make that mistake. The fourth pillar is state-level perks. Every state has its own benefit for disabled veterans. Property tax exemptions, free car registration, reduced utility rates, free tuition at state schools. In places like Texas or Florida, a 100% disabled veteran pays zero property tax on their primary residence. That is thousands a year saved. Remember, every dollar you do not spend is a dollar you keep. That's no-brainer. Lowering expenses is a hidden side of retirement. Civilians cut costs by downsizing in old age. Veterans cut costs in their 30s with state benefits. That is another stack that accelerates freedom. The fifth pillar is employment leverage. Here is the path that blows people's mind. Disability pay does not stop you from working. It is not welfare, it is compensation. That means you can stack a full-time salary or business income on top of your disability, on top of your housing hacks, on top of your state perks. That is how you build wealth fast. Let's run some numbers. Say you are at 4,500 from disability, plus 1,500 in cash flow from a house hack, plus 2,500 from the GI Bill while studying. That is 8,500 a month before you even clock in at work. Then you land a job, a 70K IT job after school, bringing another 4,500 after taxes. You are at 13,000 a month in total household income, just yourself. That is $156,000 a year. Civilians work a decade to hit that number. You can hit it in your 30s, and because a big chunk of it is tax-free, you keep more than they ever will. Now, let's talk about investments, because that is the retirement multiplier. With disability covering your bills and house hacking eliminating rent, you suddenly have margin. Margin means money to invest. You can put cash into index funds, real estate, or even start a side business without fear of going broke. And because your disability pay is guaranteed, you can take calculated risk civilians cannot. They have to play it safe because one layoff could ruin them. You do not. That is how veterans who understand the system build wealth faster. They are not just surviving, they are compounding. They are turning $4,500 into $10,000, then into $20,000, and eventually into financial independence. That is early retirement. Now, let's deal with the skeptics. Some people will say, you cannot retire in your 30s. Life is expensive. Kids cost money. Emergencies happen. And they are right. Life is expensive. But retirement does not mean sitting on the beach doing nothing. Retirement means freedom. It means your bills are covered without trading time for money. It means you choose to work, not because you have to, but because you want to. And that freedom is absolutely possible in your 30s if you start your VA benefits. I have seen it. I have done it. Veterans living rent-free, collecting disability, studying on the GI Bill, investing the margin and building businesses. They may not call it retirement, but they are living freer than most 65 years old with pensions. That is what early retirement really is. Listen, here is the truth. Most veterans will never see this because they never file. They let pride stop them. They let ignorance stop them. They let fear stop them. They say, I'm not hurt enough, or I do not deserve it, or it is too much paperwork. And so they stay broke. They stay stuck. They stay in the 90% who missed out. But if they only click on the first link in the description, they will see that there is a private community that are created to help them out. Meanwhile, the 10% who file, who appeal, who stack, who join my community, they are living differently. They are retiring in their 30s while the rest of the peers are stuck in the rat race. Same service, same benefit, different literacy. That is the gap. Let me give you a real world contrast. Two soldiers leave service. Both did 4 years. Both have injuries. One never files. He gets a civilian job at 50K, pay rents, pay taxes, lives a paycheck to paycheck. 10 years later, he's older, more tired, still renting, still broke. The other files. He gets rated at 100%. That is $4,500 a month for life. He buys a duplex with a VA loan, lives rent-free, and pockets $1,200 from tenants. He goes back to school with the GI Bill, adds $2,500 a month in housing allowance, and lands an IT job at $70K. He invests the margin, uses state perks, and stacks dependent benefit for his spouse. 10 years later, he owns property, has 6 figures in investment, and could walk away from work if he wanted. He is financially independent in his 30s. Same start, different literacy. That is the power of VA benefits when you use them right. So here is the question. Are you going to wait until you are 65 years old to retire, or are you going to use what you already earn to build freedom now? Because the system is there, the money is there, the benefits are there. The only scam is not using them. The only trap is waiting. The only mistake is letting pride, ignorance, or fear keep you stuck. Drop a comment below if you have any questions and I will answer them. If this helped you, subscribe for more play that turns service into freedom. Watch this video that YouTube thinks that you will like. Thank you for watching till the end. Peace. I'm gone.